All right, everybody, we are live.
Shit.
Hey, guys, the first thing you do is swear, really? I said we're starting, please, people.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks, there you go. There you go.
Gotta make it kid-friendly.
Top of the morning to you, everybody. Oh, my God, why did I say that? It's because it's St. Patrick's Day, and I am going to be as, like...
Oh,
That's
no,
what
I'm
you
feeling
say?
extra Irish
Extra
today.
Irish. So, like, everybody on the morning shows everywhere that are going to say top of the morning, I too will say top of the morning.
I thought
quick
you watched
fact.
Jacksepticeye, who always says it every time he intros.
Well, he is Irish, isn't he?
Quick fact. Green is not the color of Ireland. It is actually blue. Oh.
Why do we wear green then? It's because the Catholics took over.
It's because I don't know. Also, 3-leaf clovers used to be for luck, and 4-leaf clovers were to avoid military service.
No
Which
wonder
I
don't
guess
call it
is
the
luck?
You were very dark, so I had to lighten you up there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the lights.
Well, we all got drinks. We're gonna toast to the Irish. I got my Bailey's Irish cream. So everybody,
Cheers!
Since it's L5R, come pie.
Kanpai!
Mmm.
Better yet?
Ooh.
It's gonna be a drunk game, ladies and gentlemen, a drunk game.
Possibly.
So, my name's Corey, and welcome to the L5R game. I am the game master, and everybody has to introduce themselves in a terrible Irish accent, starting with Crystal up here.
Hello, I'm Crystal, and my accent is the worst.
You have a character. I think you gotta introduce your character, something like that.
Hida Nozomi.
Thank you very much. Tarek.
I'm playing Kage.
Oh, our accents are the worst. Matthew.
No.
Actually, assured yourself of that fact.
That's Scottish.
That's Scottish.
Don't care.
I at least knew that mine was a bad Irish accent.
I'm like, oh, what am I doing? This is like Russian, Irish, blah.
The best way to do an Irish accent is to repeat after me. Hold it, hold the head, hold the head, hold it.
Oh, you got filed.
I took several
That's
years
you.
of Irish step dancing, so at least I have that going for
She
me.
can her swagger has an Irish accent.
Yes.
Joshua.
Hello, my name is Joshua Otero, and I'm playing Shiba Inoue-san.
Wow, 5 stars for your Irish accent, man. This is the best out of all of us.
Thank you very much.
And there goes an extra experience point for this boy.
No, you get -5 honor.
Scottish. Oh, you wee daft, you Scottish, mate.
It's an emu.
Are you going Australian now? Is that what's happening?
Oh, you haven't watched that video?
Are you just don't know, you don't care about where people come from in parts of the world? I'm gonna do here.
No, there was a guy in guy in Scotland who was walking an emu, and this guy was recording, just laughing, going, "The heck you got there, man? You got an ostrich? It's an emu. You daft, so and so."
We're doing Irish. It's like saying
Song voice.
it's like saying, "Hey, I'm doing an Irish accent over here. Forget about it. This is my Irish accent. Hey." That's what you're doing.
Irish accent.
You nimby pimby.
I'm just going with what's easy for me.
We've got to do our Irish.
Prime Minister.
We're doing our Irish accents, eh? It's not, don't even worry about it. Don't even.
Don't you mean...
Don't use that snowbag accent around me.
Snowbag?
Yeah, instead of wetback, there's snowbags.
let's not
Mexican
go there,
American
man.
Digging their way across the northern border.
Stop that.
There's
Stop
more
all
people
of that.
from Canada who are visa overstays than people from Mexico. I just want to point that out.
I wish a potato blight on you all. We're gonna start the game now.
Not my potatoes.
Haters.
What am I gonna eat with my chorizo?
This is my Irish accent, Ming. So, we're starting the game. This is happening. We're in the palace of the Emerald Champion, and you guys have been tasked by the Ruby Champion to find out how the Emerald Champion died. Was he murdered, or was it an accident? Was it natural causes? If he was murdered, who? Who murdered him, and how? What's your evidence?
He was murdered by accidental
why?
natural causes.
It was
That might be
Accidental
completely
natural
possible.
causes.
he was murdered by the tree that fell on him.
Accidental.
Murdered and then murdered.
He was murdered by high cholesterol.
That damn chef and his delicious.
Delicious chicken.
Don't you mean sugar?
Yeah. And as you were doing this, you were also training in a tough 3-day training period to become an Emerald Magistrate.
That's
That's you.
Gesundheit. Yes, that's right. 3 days to become an Emerald Magistrate. Will you make it? Will you
I
pass
thought we
all your
had
course?
4.
No,
We'll be fine.
it's 3 days.
Oh no.
The first day...
Oh geez.
Oh, geez. The first day you already failed, didn't you?
What?
I don't know. That
did
depends
fantastic.
on what you're calling failing, I guess.
The first day was investigation training. The second day is weapons training.
We haven't gotten to
We
the weapons
haven't done
training.
weapons
we haven't gotten
training.
to weapons training
Yes. And the third day is law training, and that's it.
Law training?
Law.
Law.
Like wushu,
Okay.
I think. Which is the actual
I'm speaking
official-
English, right, people? Y'all are getting this.
You keep
I
going
heard
in that
wah.
Irish accent, and I can't understand.
Yes,
a word.
law training. Y'all are
You are trained to be
orcs.
wild.
Y'all are orcs from 40K, and you're doing your law training.
Is that when we believe really hard that the gun actually works, and then it actually works?
It's something like that.
Stormtrooper training.
So Togashi Tatsuo, you get a wet wake up as you get a literal tongue lashing across your face.
Momo. I'll just say it's Momo.
Bork,
If it's a person,
I
then
hope.
I'm extremely concerned.
Bork.
bork, bork.
Bork, bork, bork.
He heckin' needs to pee,
Licking you up. Like,
and is heckin' hungry.
Heckin' hunger's here, mister.
Come on, friend.
All right, Momo. Do you need something from the kitchen?
It's a dog. It
Do you
can't
think
talk.
it's gonna answer?
yes.
People talk with animals. It's like, do you need something for the kitchen?
More like they talk to them.
That's right. So
Yes, and that's kind of what I'm doing.
At them.
you right.
Yeah, punks.
It's
You think I'm
it's
that
very
crazy?
Momo is very anxious and is jumping and wants stuff.
Ah. Well,
You
all
gotta
right.
feed it, give it walksies, all that.
Come on, heckin' friend.
All right, I'll go ahead and
Do a
follow
little
where
dance.
Momo desires to go. I expect Momo probably wants to just do his business somewhere. It's like, all right, I need accompaniment.
Okay, everybody else, y'all can wake up. You are in your what is it called? I gotta get my map.
In
The
the
quarters.
guest magistrate's quarters or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
Which also reminds me, what was the sect of monks that were visiting the Crane Lands that I overheard while speaking with the
It was like the perfect something or other.
It's a perfect circle. The band.
Yeah.
That's it. Tori's got it. No, I can look it up for you real quick. Just give me a second.
It is.
I don't remember what they
The
call
perfect
themselves.
land sec.
Perfect land. There you go. Told you it had something to do with perfect. Perfect land sec.
All right.
What can you tell me about them, Matt?
That let's see, if I remember correctly, last time we talked, they are a sect of monks that from what I remember, essentially believe that people have the right to close their cycle of reincarnation by uttering a phrase, and a lot of other families in Rokugan do not like that.
Well, the whole religion of Rokugan doesn't like that, but the Phoenix specifically called them heretical. They're heretical.
They especially despise them.
The dragon are just like, whatever. Because they're dragon.
Mm-hmm. It's like, if you want to finish, then go ahead and finish. Oi.
The dragon really are whatever about most everything. Unless
They're
you're
super chill.
unless you're murdering babies right in front of them. They're not gonna do
And
much.
they're already in the process of getting up to do something.
Yeah, I was already gonna do something, so this is on my way to get the beer from the fridge. I'll stop you.
It's like,
Yeah, they're known for never leaving
me
their
going,
mountain for a reason.
I guess we should help this guy get its cart up.
They legit
because
have the one
he's in the
stereotype
way.
of any clan that is 100% deserved, because they tend to always stay on their mountain and never interfere with what's going on in Rokugan. Almost always.
So
I'm gonna get dressed and go to breakfast.
All right, breakfast for Hina Nozomi. Going to the dining hall.
Dining hall.
where
I haven't
is-
been to one of those since college.
Where is Togashi Tatsuo headed with Momo?
I was thinking about perhaps the gardens, like a nice little quiet corner where,
you
like,
go.
he
Poop
can
in silence.
take care of his business and like not offend anyone if he does his business, and people are like looking, is like, did that monk just let that dog do something over
the
there?
garden?
Poop on the
Hey.
sidewalk. Yeah, you just gotta pick that up.
Just pick
And
it
toss it over the wall.
It's got to be one hell of a chuckle.
Put it
that
in a
wall.
little plastic bag. Dump it in the designated poop
Or maybe
spot.
a thick rice paper bag.
Yeah.
Biodegradable.
Where are the other two of you going?
Hmm.
I'm going to get up and do a little bit of light calisthenics as I get up early, and then go to the dining hall.
All
I'll
right,
probably head to the dojo.
breakfast.
Yeah, I think I'll head to breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay, breakfast. All right. At breakfast, y'all are sitting around talking, and there's this guy there. And he says, "You know what? I heard rumor that there were goblins in the area. I warned all of you, every single one of you, I warned about the Shadowlands. We're sitting here doing nothing because we lost the Emerald Champion. But you want to know, he died peacefully. There are people dying out there from demons, from ogres, from goblins, from trolls. And we don't do anything about that. That's where the real danger to the Empire lies. If we really want to protect the Empire, why aren't we doing anything about that? That's what I want to know."
Is he a crab?
I was gonna ask if I
He
recognized
seems like
him.
he's probably a crab, but you're not sure. He's wearing Emerald Magistrate outfit.
I'll kind of smile and nudge like Hida Nozomi, and then go, "I think that's the job of the Jade Magistrates, if I'm not mistaken."
The Jade
The
Magistrate.
defense of the Empire is everyone's duty. In fact, What if the Emerald Champion, it wasn't an accident? What if some sort of evil demon got inside of him? That's a possibility. A possibility you probably didn't even think of, did you? Yeah.
Well, perhaps we should use your expertise. What should I do in the case of seeing a demon possession? How do I identify it?
Well, I'm glad you asked. First off, demons can be wildly, and they'll try and trick you. A lot of them can, like, shape change. So sometimes you'll think you're in the house of a normal person. It's actually a demon in disguise. Don't let them trick you. That's the first rule. If there's a demon inside of somebody, that's a little tricky. You'll need a Shugenja. All right. They can probably
Shiba.
They can probably
Eating.
push them out. If not, Jade in a pinch, especially if there's a possessing demon, it'll keep you from being possessed if you got a piece of jade around your neck. Also, you can use jade to keep them at bay. Keep that person who's possessed there, right? They can't get away, especially if you need to question them. If not, if somebody's possessed by a demon, I'm going to say cut them in half.
Simple as that. Identify their demon by putting them in jade, and then cut them in half.
That's right. It kills them.
It does work.
Gets rid of the problem.
And if it's, say, were to possess someone of a high importance, then what?
If someone of high importance let themselves be possessed, well, I guess that their descendants will have to pick up the slack that they left behind.
I personally don't know how to get rid of a possession, but I know how to get rid of the possessed.
Fair point.
I mean, there's probably a way.
There's
I guess
ways.
your statements help us to elucidate the fact that we should all be vigilant against the darkness and stand firm in its presence. I applaud you for bringing this up.
Maybe someone should tell Agasha Sumiko the same thing. I do. She doesn't seem to listen to me, but maybe if we all came together and said something, when the next Emerald Magistrate comes along, because Satsume-sama, or Doji Satsume-sama did nothing.
Well,
I hate to speak ill of the dead, but perhaps the Empire would be in a better shape if the Emerald Magistrates did a little more. If that grinning crane did a little more. I'm glad there's going to be some new leadership in here.
Samurai-san, myself and my traveling associates, as I will look to both the Hida and the Shiba, we encountered goblins led by a ogre on our travels from Suma village to here, and dispatched of them. We did not need direction nor advice in order to do this. As you said, it is the duty of all samurai to protect the empire from what lies beyond. No such special recognition need be given to a magistrate nor peasant in order for them to act.
Yes, but if we know of something that's there and someone says, that's not a big enough problem, we have to deal with something over here first. All of our resources are going over there. Isn't that a problem? Let me ask you this. Let's say you were fighting these goblins and ogres, right? By the way, good job getting rid of them. It's good work on you. But let's say they ran over the border into, like, I don't know, into Crablands, into Phoenix Lands, into Unicorn, somewhere you couldn't go normally. And the guys at the border stopped you. They said, can't come in. And you're like, there are goblins over there. We got to stop them right now. They said, I'm sorry, but protocol that takes precedent over whatever threat you perceive. Meanwhile, the goblins and the ogres are over there destroying a village in their property, and those guards are dealing with you, putting their hand up. Isn't that a problem?
Yes.
She gets it, of course. The crab, no. We
Crab,
get
no.
As
I,
a Lion Clan samurai, if I were on duty trying to protect the borders of Lion Clan territory, and let's say a crane came up to me and told me that there was a village behind me that they needed to pursue because there were dangers, perhaps Shadowlands infestation, assaulting that village. I stepped away from my guard duty to go and investigate this village,
would you do it and like trust that crane isn't going to lead troops over the border to go take Toshirambo?
Thus is the question. If I did so and there was no Shadowlands threat, I would be the fool.
Oh.
But if I did, and there was a Shadowlands threat, perhaps I would be considered a hero.
But if you didn't and there was a Shadowlands threat, then you'd also be a fool.
If I didn't and there was a Shadowlands threat, and the village did nothing to defend itself, nor the rest of the Lion Clan armies rising up to defeat it, is it my responsibility or my fault that nothing was done?
Let me ask you a different question. What's more important, taking Toshirambo or defeating the Shadowlands?
I am not Crab. However,
yeah, I'm glad you're not going to be the Emerald Champion.
However, the Shadowlands is a pervasive threat to all of us. Should they defeat the crab on the wall, what good would our castles and citadels do? If the land is tainted and forgotten, we have achieved nothing.
Let me tell you something. My castle is in the Shadowlands. My castle, my family's land, is beyond the wall. This is what I do. I know how big the threat is. Whatever you guys want, whatever castles or whatever cities you think are important, they're not. Okay?
Hiruma-san, if I may assume you are from the Hiruma family.
I am from the Hiruma family, yes.
Your job as a Hiruma is to guard the wall and warn it of such danger should it encroach.
We're the best scouts in all of Rokugan.
I believe that, and you do a noble job. But now you have been called to the ranks of the Emerald Magistrates.
I was hoping to use my position
as such, you serve the Emperor directly and see to it that his duties and missions are accomplished. Is that not right?
I was thinking that this assignment here would help me better able to defeat the Shadowlands in other places.
Perhaps it
There's
will.
There's a lot
Here.
of clans. There's a lot of crimes out there that are unsolved or mysterious. I'm sure a lot of these can be traced back to deadly monsters.
So I ask you this. If your attentions are toward the Shadowlands and the wall, but there is an infestation in Otosanuchi that needed your attention, where then would we be?
Of course I'd go to Otosanuchi first. I handle the interior. I get the Shadowlands there. Then we'd go to the wall. You know, if there was an infestation in Otosanuchi, maybe somebody would pay attention finally.
If there is an infestation in any clan, I would suggest that any Emerald Magistrate should take up their duty and investigate it. It does not need the championship to do so.
Well,
It is our duty, and we do what we must.
So, boop-a-doop-a-doo. Y'all eat.
I like how Matt's just sitting there eating, smiling.
Matt, you're done with your doggy. You can go to the dining hall now if you want. You show up. You saunter in to eat breakfast a little later than the others.
Mm-hmm. And
There's everybody
That's it.
eating,
All right.
finishing up their breakfast.
all right. So in the meantime, I'll go ahead and make a casual conversation, talk about what I overheard in the previous night's festivities, when we had all the pretty much all these clans people, and also make mention towards Kage about the Perfect Land sect.
Only
Land.
to him, you're not telling
I've never
me
heard of
and
this group.
Shiba Inoue?
I was there. I would.
Oh,
I would let
right,
you know
right.
about it.
You're not telling me?
Well, of course I'm telling everyone.
Like Hida-san, I'll let you in on the.
I know not what this perfect land sect is. Are they some kind of zoning mechanism? Do they work with the Caillou?
Zoning? Perfect land, yes. Divide everything.
Even.
Make sure there's no gerrymandering.
We need grid systems, not wheel and spoke systems, okay? I don't know
Yeah.
how many times I've told you. It is much harder to defend a wheel and spoke city.
The Caillou zoning commissioner, he knows. For those of you who don't know, Caillou are the engineers of the crab family. They're the ones that take responsibility for the wall. They built the wall, the Caillou engineers. They also build war machines and stuff like that. But they're also
It's literally called
considered
the Caillou wall or the carpenter wall. But
they're also considered courtiers. So when you think about it in that sense, they go to court and they do what? They're zoning commissioners.
They're bureaucrats.
They're bureaucrats.
and mathematicians. They're also mathematicians.
They are.
They're the
Bureaucrat
only family that
engineers.
has the written exam as part of their game.
The best kind of bureaucrat.
Yeah. You don't know calculus? You fail! You fail, you 12-year-old! You don't know calculus? What good are you?
What does X equal? What does it equal? On the
Oh my
battlefield.
god.
That's how they keep
Calculus.
PETA out of their
It was
classes.
the only math I didn't ace.
Well-
Calculus gave me existential dread.
Back
Okay.
back to the breakfast
Game.
scene.
Yes. Before we start.
So Togashi-san, what is this sect? Tell me
Well,
more.
As far as I know, they
Get up by the mic.
Get up by the mic. Am I close enough yet?
There you
That's
go.
about right.
All right.
Or bring the mic to you.
Is this close enough?
Perfect.
Awesome. All right. Great. Now my goofy mind can't formulate a good sentence.
You were talking about the perfect land sect.
Focus.
So as far as I remember, there are a sect of monks that believe in completing your reincarnation cycle, but that's as far as I've heard about them. So
Your
far,
karmic-
like-
so they want us to go to Meido?
Mhm.
Is that what Shinsei?
They want to stop us from reincarnating. Stop
Uh,
the cycle.
Wait,
What do you mean
as far
stop
as
us
I'm
from
aware.
reincarnating?
I wouldn't know.
Wait. They want to end the celestial cycle.
Yes.
I look at the Togashi like deadpanned, and I'll pull up a fan.
It's
Perhaps we
phantom.
should discuss this in quiet.
What do you mean?
Your vision last night
Oh,
be a good piece of detail you would have provided me before mentioning that.
oh,
Oh,
huh.
should we head out for a walk?
I could use a stretch of my legs.
Some fresh air?
It's time for training.
Oh, already?
Perfect timing.
Okay.
After breakfast, it's time
Let's
to
hope
train.
our next
Need to-
professor is less abrasive than the last.
We'll need to spend some time in the libraries after our training.
Oh,
You all
Oh yeah.
move back over to basically where you come from.
like a ragdolls.
Basically, back. You're going to the Ruby Dojo, which is right over here.
Physical training?
Oh.
Weapons training. Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah, you'll like this.
Me, I don't know about this.
I've got.
Why do I see the Shiba like trying to wield a spear and spin it around and then like it flying off and stabbing something?
well, I'm used to a staff.
Yeah, but I mean like a naginata, like a long
A
naginata.
spear is
Like
just
the
a
traditional
staff
weapon
with
of
a
the Shiba.
blade on one end.
Well, no, what I'm saying
Put
is
the
like
pointy end to the man. You know, is that how it works?
traditionally use the naginata like as a pole arm as their weapon of choice, and I just see like the Shiva being trained as like an Asawa, as like a magician, him like not knowing how to use it and just being like, I don't know what this thing does.
They're like, stand at
Blow it up with
attention.
fire. I'd rather just blow it up with fire. Let's just do that.
He's like, stand at attention, and he takes the spear, and goes, "Tsh," and he goes, ah! And they're like, what did you do? What's the matter?
I
stabbed
stabbed
my
my
foot."
Oh boy.
The Ruby Dojo is filled with all manners of weapons, from tiny daggers to massive tetsubos. Leaning against the far wall is a small woman dressed in red and black, wearing a simple mask that obscures her eyes with crimson patterns. She holds an item you recognize as a jite, the pronged forked weapon that many magistrates carry as a symbol of their authority. In a perfect world, she says, those who disobey the Emperor's law would quietly admit their guilt and accept their punishment. She gracefully spins the jite in her hand. That so few do means you will need methods of persuasion to bring them to justice. Yes,
I like this lady.
this is Shosuro Koharu.
Okay, I immediately don't like this lady anymore.
I don't get it.
Understand the context.
She's a scorpion. The lion and the scorpion, let's just say, are not
yeah,
on good
he
terms.
already said red obscuring her eyes, so I was like, oh, she's wearing a mask.
She's dressed in red and black, and a simple mask that obscures her eyes with crimson patterns. She's obviously a scorpion. I described her as a scorpion.
I like her.
I missed that one. She seems like a nice low. Never mind.
Like, oh,
I agree.
She'd be really awesome if she wasn't a scorpion.
It wasn't.
And he
equal
goes-
to her core.
I'd like her if she wasn't a crane.
That also.
Yeah.
All of that.
She says that she gives you her pedigree. She is a veteran of work in Ryoko.
Toshirando?
No.
Okay.
Ryoko Owari Toshi, the scorpion-controlled city of lies. Ryoko
That's what the
Owari.
name is.
Yes.
Ryoko Owari means City of Lies.
Ryoko Owari means, Toshi means city. Ryoko Owari of lies, I guess. I don't know. I don't know my Japanese very well, I gotta say. She served as an investigator for more than 20 years there. She has mastered the jite and can use it in any situation against almost any weapon. So, TL, she's worked in this scorpion city that's known for just being... It's like the Las Vegas
It's
of
actually
Rokugan.
Journey's End City. That's what the name means, but it's called the City of Lies.
Oh, it's called the City of Lies. So, yeah, it's basically the Las Vegas of Rokugan. When Las Vegas
Technically paradise. It's
When-
a separate city.
was... God damn it. Yes, you're technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. But
Yes.
Moving on from that, yes, this is a rough and tumble town that's super corrupt, which means either this woman is really good at her job or really on the take,
Yes.
or both.
Really
She's
good
really good at being on
and
the
or really bribed.
Either way, we can still learn a lot from them.
Yes. I'm hoping for really good because I'm not good at saying yes to bad guys.
You don't know how to say yes to being evil. Koharu displays the weapons in the dojo, and she gives you a little history and nature of the weapons that samurai commonly use, all the while twirling her jite. She has, then she asks you to select any weapon, and to attack her with it. What do you want to select? What is your weapon of choice?
Part of me says the Otsuchi would be really difficult to disarm. And another part of me says it's kind of slow and easy to see coming.
My first instinct was to grab a bow, but then I remembered I only have one eye, so I was like,
That should not be a problem.
Depth
Unfortunately,
perception is a problem.
fortunately, there are no
like,
bows in here.
you hit
Or
the-
did you
hit the
mean
vase on the other
this
side of the
kind
room.
of bow? Boom, boom, boom.
So I'll grab a traditional katana.
All right. You come at her with the katana, and she definitely knocks it right out of your hand. Pink. In a heavily scripted scene. In
Of
fact,
course.
every single one of you are
Yeah.
definitely either defeated or disarmed.
I kind of figured. No matter what we picked,
Even
she
though
was
the
going to have a
Dagashi used his own
counter.
arms, he also lost. his
Take
arm.
this.
It's
Somehow
like
disarm
What?
things.
my shoulders, they're nubs. Ah!
After she's done demonstrating to each of you how a jite is used, she then puts it away and picks up, and she starts showing you a different rack of weapons you've never seen before. It's full of clubs, long sticks, and wooden hammers. You know, stuff you would use, stuff peasants would use to do craftsmanship, but can also be used as weapons. She picks up one of the long sticks, a little Joe. Picks up two of them. And says, now it's time for a little role reversal. I'm going to come at you. You need to defend yourself against me. Who would like to go first?
Could you describe what a Joe is? Because I'm not familiar.
A
It's a short
Joe
stick.
is basically a baton.
Yeah, I was
It's
thinking like a small
It's a straight
stick.
staff that
Like
they're just
it.
two
It's
sticks.
a 3 foot long. It's a
Billy
3 foot long-
Club.
It's a 3 foot long staff that is the equivalent of two of them are the equivalent of one bow staff, which is
Okay.
a 6 foot long staff.
So
So
kind of like Prima sticks.
Smaller equivalent of that, and they're used as training staffs or sometimes
they don't
like,
have to be 3 foot long at all.
They're
though.
up to
Yeah.
They're
they're
like a Screama sticks, correct?
A Screama sticks,
Screama,
like Nightwing uses. Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Only.
You need-
I'll volunteer as tribute.
All right. Tagashi-san walks up. How would you like? How would you like to defend yourself against her?
At this moment, I will.
We can't hear you, Matt. Your microphone is too far away.
Really?
Yes.
Mike.
I already told you were
We've
quiet.
been telling you this over and over. We meant it.
All right. I thought it was a joke, but
Maybe
okay.
turn up the gain on it.
See if that works. Does this work?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't
better.
hear a difference.
Much better.
By the way, guys, before we get into this, I'd like to do a shout out to KMJH386HF. He's come to join us in the chat.
Dusty.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us. So, what do you got there, Matt?
I will try for a bow staff.
Okay.
Pretty low.
That's usually my go-to weapon.
Of course, you're a monk. She expects nothing less. So, she starts attacking you. She's upon you. Make a martial arts melee check to defend yourself.
Uh-oh.
Pick a stance.
The world, no.
The water doll. Oh god. Oh man. Muda. So I will pick a fire stance. All right, and you said melee martial arts.
Martial arts melee.
All right, I'll pick a fire stance and aggressively defend myself. I desire a reroll.
Well, you got a lot of opportunity that you use.
Very opportunistic here.
Very opportunistic.
What page was that, by the way, for opportunity?
You can keep 3 of those dice.
Yes. So,
Opportunities are way toward the
328, I
end.
believe.
It's 320 something.
I'm looking, but it doesn't seem like it. I see
Yeah,
stats on
three-
like
three-
hunting at
320,
328.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
there's not
Right.
much really here. You can give her 2 strife. Yep, you can give her 2 strife if you want.
I don't really see the point in it,
General
but
Or you
conflict.
can cause them to have difficulty hitting you back if she's trying to hit your deck.
So what happens?
okay.
So what happens is she comes forward extremely fast with her Joe, and you are unable. You spin your bow staff and attempt to parry, and you knock one of them out of her hand, chink, but the other one hits your shoulder, pack. It hurts, but you can shake it off. You'll take 2 fatigue.
All right.
She walks over. She takes steps back. She bows, and then she goes picks up her Joe. Who's next?
Actually smarted.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I draw my wakizashi because it's a bit faster than a katana.
Sounds good. Use martial arts melee. What stance are you going to be using?
Earth.
By the way, Matt, you took your strife, right?
Yeah, like my. Since it's
You don't.
day,
Well,
breakfast-
you only have to take
0.
one.
Yeah, you only have to take 1 strife, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
My
that's
apologies.
only on void stance, not on fire stance.
Yeah, you took fire. I was wondering why you didn't take void stance. It was weird.
I thought, well, I got 3 rings in void. I got 3 rings in fire. Why not?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yep, this
realize you
fire.
had 3 fire.
Uh huh.
So, there's an earth stance. She is. Nozomi plants her feet. Is not going anywhere.
Hold on. In fire stance, wouldn't strife count as a success or
Only
Only if you
If you
Succeed in the roll.
succeed.
You have to succeed
okay.
in the roll.
Gotcha.
Would I notice that she's using similar stances as the people she's fighting against?
No, she's just using an air stance.
Oh, okay.
And I might if I were better at air.
So,
Yeah, that's
go
the
ahead
next ring.
and make your martial arts check.
Upgrade 2, so I could have 2 air.
Okay. Martial arts, melee, earth. Okay, I'll keep all 3 successes.
Right. And you'll take all 3 strife.
Yep. No biggie.
As you are so quick with this little short sword, and she's unable to land anything on you. takes a step back. She bows. And then
We call it a draw?
well, you're not supposed to attack back. She's attacking you.
Or defending.
Like you you attacked her earlier. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all this is. She will take her sticks and she will present them to you.
Okay. Out of character, I have no idea what's going on.
I wouldn't know either.
Gonna wrap you
She
on the
says,
hand.
"Hurry up, take them."
Okay, I'll take them.
All right. She goes over. She gets her. She picks up a rake. She walks back. Who's next? Shiba-san, come on up here.
Sure. Okay, so I walk up.
Present your weapon.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll take
she
out
bows.
mine.
You present your weapon.
Yes.
What are you using?
I'm using a staff.
Okay.
What are you
Make
doing?
a martial arts and whatever stance you're in.
Melee, you say?
Yeah, martial arts melee.
Okay.
And pick your ring.
And I'll add a void to that.
Sure.
And here I go.
Where's your void?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what
why
I was
did
wondering.
it not did a thing. All right, give me a
It
second.
not did a thing.
I tell you gotta click outside of that box.
I thought I did. That's the weird part.
Yeah, I've had that happen
Oh,
too.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's not doing it.
It just completely re-rolled.
Yeah, just go up to the die roller and add a die. We'll take your first
Alright.
roll.
Skill her ring.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
You keeping all three of those?
Yeah, sure.
Reroll the explosive.
You'll
succeed.
take 3 strife,
That's
and you
fine.
can re-roll the explosive success if you like.
Sure. That's just a ring, right? Another ring roll.
Another ring die, yeah. Whatever
Yep,
that.
It's the same as whatever die exploded.
Are you gonna keep
Boom.
that one?
Yeah.
Then take another strife.
Okay, so that's 4 strife.
3 with 4 strife and an opportunity.
Instead of spinning the staff, you wait till she strikes and you expertly block the rake. And you knock it down out of her hands. She stands back. She bows. She picks up the rake. She presents it to you.
I take it from her
All right.
and bow.
Then she goes and she gets a carpenter's hammer.
Carpenters.
A komakage.
I bow. Is there a GT on the rack?
Sure, you can take a GT.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up a GT in one hand and a Tessin in the other.
Okay.
Then I will bow and prepare myself fall into a water stance.
Water stands. Make your roll.
I will also spend a void on this. Bloop.
Wow.
Nice. Keep up to 4.
I'm gonna keep that explosive success. Is that a white die? Yeah, it is a white die.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a skill die.
So go ahead and throw a skill fry.
Of
Well,
course, it's blank.
Okay, I'll keep
Oh,
all
well,
the 4
that's
with things
nice.
on them, and I'll get a lot of stress. But I'll have an
4
opportunity
strife?
to reduce one of those strife.
Yep.
One opportunity.
And that's it.
You are able to keep her at bay while disarming her with the GT. And you too get a hammer as your prize for beating her.
Yay! Now
I
mallet
got
everybody.
nothing. I got
Mallet
nothing.
everybody.
Nothing.
She says,
Super Mario.
She says,
It's okay.
you
Everybody
never
has their own
know
strengths.
what kind of weapons your opponent will have or what they will use as a weapon. So always be aware of that. There are also dishonorable weapons that you may encounter while being a magistrate. One such is poisons. Emerald magistrates are expected to know poisons, including how they are used, ways to hide them, but of course, never employ them. Some of her toughest investigations in the Cities of Lies involved poisons, and she's become somewhat of an expert in them, so she can tell you about different kinds of poisons, definitely. She ends the training by stating that your greatest weapon is unyielding duty to the Emperor. Nothing, not even honor or truth, is as important as the Emperor and the Empire.
Yes, of
Yep.
course.
I feel very conflicted about that statement, but I'm going to look around. Are there other students here with us?
I guess there are. I don't know. This adventure
Can
really
I-
doesn't talk about them.
Can I hold her over until all the rest of the students have left
Yes.
and then speak with her? Okay.
Oh, I was planning to speak with her on what possible poisons would not show up in an autopsy.
That's exactly what I was about to ask. But I didn't want to do that in front of others.
I was just gonna bring up the factor that it is out of character. Bring up the factor that was it? We went to visit the chicken coop, and there happened to be dead chickens. Someone might have had a
So
thing.
you guys wait, and she's there. Y'all can approach her and talk to her instead of talking about talking to her.
Chusuro-san. Or Sama.
Yes,
Could we have a moment of your time?
certainly. What seems to be on your mind?
Your lesson plan today left me with quite a bit on my mind. And there are some questions that I would like to ask of you in an informal setting.
Well, are you okay talking here, or should we go somewhere?
I look around and make sure that there's nobody really else besides us. I assume that we are fine speaking wherever you are comfortable.
Then please, I am comfortable. I'm perfectly comfortable here. What is on your mind?
Well,
Well.
you mentioned the use of poisons. Are there any poisons you know of that would not show up in an autopsy?
Yes. There are types of untraceable poisons. There are a few of them, but if they're untraceable, you'll have to get a sample of the poison to show evidence of it. Because if you simply see the body, there would be no way to know if it was poisoned or not.
So it's more of an issue of knowing what to look for.
That is correct.
Interesting.
So-
Okay.
My advice is if you have a suspicion of someone that's using poison, find the poison. That poison will point you to the truth of the matter.
Okay.
I mean, knowing names of poisons, knowing what ingredients poisons have, that can indeed help you, certainly. But having somebody's poison in hand, that is being secure in bringing out that justice.
Wise words, Shishiro-san. Sama.
Have any of you encountered any poison?
Well, in fact, there were some chickens we encountered in the hen house here. Seemed to have been killed, but there was no obvious damage to the chickens, nor were there any reasonable reasons for the chickens to have died. The only assumption that we had left was that they may have ingested
Someone's poisoning chickens?
I smile.
You might, if you're looking to investigate chickens, and they suddenly died, I would look to bad grain. Perhaps it turned. I wouldn't think poison. Someone would be wasting untraceable poison on chickens.
I tapped my
Grain was our first thought, but
I'll
we
tap my
thought
beard and
you
go,
might as well check.
I do not know if all details, given equality, one should overlook the evidence of,
Well,
no matter how small it may be.
if you need evidence of poison or evidence of moldy grain, perhaps going to the granary and checking it yourself will give you the information you need.
I'll snap my fan clothes and go, that sounds like an excellent idea, Shishiro-sama.
I remember hearing issue of like cows having
I tap my fan onto the Tagashi's mouth. He will definitely follow up with your gracious advice, Shishiro-sama. We should no longer trouble you in your time.
I will say thank you for your lessons and bow.
And she'll return the bow. Good luck in your investigation.
Have a nice day, Sensei. I bow and walk out.
Okay. After
I get out of range, I look at the Tagashi and go, okay, now you can speak. What did you hear?
Well, I just know that there's a specific kind of like weed called snakeweed that if a cow feasts upon it, the milk or the meat is not good to eat afterwards because traces of the poison is within any products of the cow and can kill whomever eats the animal. So just a train of thought that came to mind.
Highly unlikely that killed a chicken. But it could have been used on a human.
My chin and go, I thought you were going to mention the famine the crane are experiencing currently. We are in the middle of crane lands, even here, this high north. Which means their supply of grain would either have to come from the famine-ridden crane clan, or an outside force. Perhaps that sect you were speaking of earlier. Either way, I am now curious as to whether the grain here is of good quality. That may tell us a lot.
We should check it.
All right.
I would like to go to the library myself. There is much to be researched.
Okay.
Should we perhaps split our resources and send some of us to investigate the grain while others investigate more on what could be going on afoot?
You only have one afternoon.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well,
so I'm assuming it would be labor to check the grain.
Do you need labor to check the grain, or do you need
labor?
Just as a guess.
Labor will definitely work if you're looking for poison, skullduggery.
Okay, I got skullduggery.
Labor
the skullduggery would be checking for like mishandling or deliberate sabotage.
Skullduggery would be for anything bad going on.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to go to the library though, because there's some information here that I would like to research.
I think I'll join you at the library.
Yes, I think Inoue-san and Kage-san are best suited to the library. I'll go with Tatsuo-san to check out the grain.
Okay, I'm
If
gonna go to
you
the restroom.
can get 2 different sources of the grain, so then we can actually make a comparison if possible.
So
If you
some areas that are distant from each other.
can. Exactly.
Perhaps the top of the pile and somewhere deeper inside.
Correct. And maybe even some from the hennery if possible, so we can compare. Ones that's more actively out and tamperable.
So, 2 of you
compared
are
to
going
one
to the Hennery, and
watch.
2 of you are going to
The Grainery. And 2 to the library.
the Grainery and the library. That's right. So, you 2
Where is
going-
Grainery?
to the library, which is above the dining hall.
Well, they're not all that far apart, really.
Scrolls.
No. And
guys
you
are
2
Downstairs.
are going all the way across the castle to the hen house, to where the hen house gets the grain, because there are 2 granaries. This is the granary here, but there's also a granary here.
And I did mention to get it
Oh,
from 2
okay.
different
I didn't know
sources.
there were 2 different granaries.
Well,
This is
there's the hennery.
this is granary
then-
and storage, and this other one is also granary and storage. They're both granary and storage, but this is the one that
Okay.
feeds. This is the one that feeds the hen house. So that's the one you'll probably want to check.
Yes, it seems more relevant.
You might want to check both, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I was considering that.
Don't forget to ask about the chickens. Says
recognize this feather?
KMJH.
do you recognize these feathers? Thanks for the advice.
Nope.
Them chickens, man. Them chickens.
But really, yeah,
Yeah.
since it was the chickens that died, I feel like the hennery granary is more relevant.
All right. So let me give you a description of the library. Boop, boop, boo, doo, doo, boop, boo. No more
Compared to the library that
champions.
I'm used to, yeah, describe it to me. Was it like
This
bigger
room-
than what I'm used to? Or
This room houses Rokugan's largest collection of historical and reference documents regarding imperial law. Its thousands of scrolls and books, some over 1,000 years old, are meticulously maintained by libraries under the command of the Ruby Champion.
beautiful.
Yes. The library is a testament to many centuries of Rokugani civilization. Countless books, scrolls, and even loose papers fill the room, and you can feel the history of the Empire as a solid weight in the air. A stooped individual with long black hair and a small black mask turns to you as you enter the section covering famous crimes and puts down a thick book he was pursuing. Ah, fellow appreciators of sordid history. The Scorpion Clan samurai says loudly with a smile. We're quite alone, so there's no need to whisper today.
I will smell
How
it.
don't I say?
Yeah. Don't mind me standing right over you as you research. I'm just interested in your scent. Nothing more.
I
Nothing.
wonder where that's from.
You know, you want to hang out and do some weird stuff.
I do not like where this is going.
Come on, just loosen up. Let me rub your shoulders.
You're in my personal bubble, please.
Nobody ever comes to the library this early. I'm so alone.
Hold on, guys. I'm certain I missed something in this adventure.
I just kind of take in the air of like the old dusty tomes and scrolls. Like,
I mean, to my character, this is probably just like his actual education and upbringing, so he doesn't seem very enthused. Just like,
He's like, God,
this
I
will
remember
do.
those days.
And this is like my character's comfort zone.
So the Ikoma family are like known for being extreme historians and have records of everything that's happened. Supposedly, allegedly, they have records that have happened to everything that has happened in Rokugan is recorded in the Ikoma histories, and so most of their job is sitting in dusty libraries all day researching stuff for other people. So this is probably exactly the kind of environment that he's used to.
It's like including the history of hermits.
Everything.
Like day
supposedly there are no better libraries in all of Rokugan than that of the Ikoma libraries.
It's like,
oh guys, yeah,
you open up
I
a
did miss
journal,
something.
like day 225, the hermit stopped moving. I keep poking him with a stick. He makes no response.
Guys, I did miss something. Something very important before we move on to this.
Agree.
And I have to wait for Crystal to return.
Is it about lunch?
It is about lunch.
I'm coming.
It's for the lunch bunch. Who needs to go and have a big old lunch?
Because we usually have to do lunch before we go off onto our own activities.
Yes.
True.
So you guys decided, all four of you decided this before lunch, but first you have to go eat. If you don't show up at lunch, people they get suspicious.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Fair. Thank you for covering our butts.
It's all right. I don't need much time to research because of my blessings. It only takes me half the time to research things. So.
Nice.
Yay!
So,
nerd power. Go
Okay,
nerd.
what's up?
At your midday meal, there is a message waiting for you. The instructor of tomorrow's training, Mia Katsumi, has assigned some reading before the class concerning famous criminal cases from the past. It says the library contains everything needed. Yes, you have homework.
Wait, are we going back or something? Because
We're back
Dagashi and I
We
are
forgot
back
lunch.
over.
You have to go eat lunch first. The midday meal before you go investigate.
There's a schedule that we had.
Okay.
We had a schedule.
Yeah. So at the midday meal, there is some assigned reading concerning famous criminal classes from the past. Assigned by tomorrow's instructor, Mia Katsumi, an Imperial.
The Mia are the nicest of the Imperial
I
family.
mean,
by the way.
I don't really have anything against them in particular. It's just why do you hate me so?
I'm just giving you a heads up. The Mia are the most humble and actually approachable of the Imperial families, though they are still Imperial families and thus beyond reproach.
Yo, what's up, homie? Just
They are. They're known as the history keepers and the map makers, and they do all the shit jobs that the other Imperial families are no, we're not doing that.
So now, you have a choice to make. You still have one more day of investigating, so you could check on the Grainery tomorrow.
Or you could have the nerds do all the research for you guys. Go and do research. Go and do your own investigation, and then have us fill you in on the details. at
Yeah,
night.
I kind of feel like you guys who are heading to the library anyway should
kinda feel
do
like
the
the Heat
research
gives us
for
noogies,
us.
or noogies when
The what?
no one's looking.
Hold on, the Hida.
We should be giving you noogies.
Yeah, the Heat gives us noogies whenever nobody's looking. She's like, come here.
Only a soft, affectionate one to show you I care. Not like
And
a
to
painful
establish your dominance.
grinding my knuckles in one.
My top knot.
Don't worry about the monk. He can take it. He's got a flat head, anyways. It's I will return the favor to you eventually. No
Hey,
worries.
later, you might need to shave your head to put a tattoo up there.
But I like my hair.
Too bad. It's the way
Then
of the
save it as a last resort so you don't have to take off your loincloth.
but I need my dragon.
So what do we want to do? Do we want to still split up and do this way, or do we want to?
We want Team Nerd and Team Knucklebuster, or we want.
Knucklebuster.
Well, you have skullduggery, so essentially you can,
Yeah. So I've
Plus
got
nothing
some
but-
smarts in there. Somewhat.
It all depends. Corey,
I
would
have
that work? Would you
theology.
be able to do the research, or are we all each assigned like a specific case?
No, you have to research criminal cases. You don't know what's going to be useful and what's not going to be useful.
Ah.
Ooh.
Well, I have a
So-
skill in theology.
It's famous
That has
criminal
nothing to do
cases.
with criminal cases. I'm sorry.
Theology has nothing to do with criminal cases.
It's culture, isn't it?
Or government.
Government, yeah.
Yeah.
I got neither of those.
I do. But I'm also a nerd, so.
So,
Fill us in, please.
Togashi and I were off to look for anything bad in the grain,
That might not
whereas
work out.
you were off to look for...
I was gonna go and research poisons and this new sect that they were brought up, but
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna work anymore because it seems like if we don't want to fail our homework, quote unquote, we all need to do the research. Am I getting that right, Corey?
Yep.
That might be so. This seems like
Anyway, we
a
can
nebulous subject.
I'm guessing we can't check out said scrolls and/or books.
Probably not.
So
Especially being so low ranked.
everybody is headed up to the library, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yep.
Up to the library you go.
I thought we eat first.
Well, you eat.
We did.
You do eat.
We have lunch, and I guess
That's a good
nothing
one.
special happens.
Nothing special happens.
Nobody going, the Empire isn't getting rid of goblins!
That's why I was confused for a second, because there wasn't an entire section talking about it. It was just like a line that was kind of hidden in this adventure that I was like, oh yeah, that something happens. I remember reading this. Where is that? So yes, I gave you the description of the library. The libraries, and I'll reread the box text for everybody.
Please and thank you.
The library is a testament to many centuries of Rokugani civilization. Countless books, scrolls, and even loose papers fill the room. You can feel the history of the Empire as a solid weight in the air. A stooped individual with long black hair and a small black mask turns as you enter the section covering famous crimes, where you're supposed to be,
Oh, of course the
This guy's a
Scorpion would be
Scorpion.
interested.
and puts down a thick book he was pursuing. Or perusing. Perusing.
He was pursuing the book as it flew.
Ah! Fellow appreciators of sordid history, the Scorpion Clan Samurai says loudly with a smile. We're quite alone. There's no need to whisper today.
Very well. We're looking for any particularly famous cases.
I have one right here I was reading. Here you go.
Ah, thank you.
I am Bayushiago.
Hida Nozomi, pleased to meet you.
Well met, Hida Nozomi. And your fellows?
Ah, we have Ikoma Kage, Shiba Inoue, and Togashi Tatsuo.
It is an honor to meet you all.
It's an honor.
You too as well.
This library is amazing.
It is a very large and expansive, and there's so many hidden treasures here.
I agree. I
We
hope to
have been
find
given
Doji-
the task.
Doji Satsume kept it in most pristine condition. He was very obsessed with this kind of thing. It's a shame about him, though. Such a shame.
Yes, it is.
Did you know Satsume well?
I knew well enough that I knew he wasn't very good with his family. Let me tell you something. His family hated him. Just... It's a shame. It's a shame when you can't even visit your own family because of turmoil like this. Hotaru. Doji Hotaru. she was always resentful of Satsume. They were always at odds, and you know, she's running the Crane clan now. She's the champion. And if the Crane clan champion and the Emerald champion come to odds, they can't get along, sometimes things get pretty grim.
Could you elaborate on that?
I hear the state of the empire is not great at this time. Having
Look,
such divisions could only make things
I
worse.
wouldn't dare say how other clans work, but in the Scorpion clan, when something doesn't work out, where there's two people of the same status, and they can't get along, and they can't work together for the benefit of the clan or the empire, one of them has to yield somehow. Usually, it's by getting rid of one of them, replacing them.
Yes. I can see how that would clear things up.
Well, we are here given task by Mia Kumiko.
Oh, she's pleasant.
I'm
woman.
certain that she is. She has given us a task to research famous cases, and I believe she has given us a list of ones she would like us to go over.
Famous cases? Famous criminal cases.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Please come on in here. I'll point some out to you. Let me help.
It would be my honor.
Yes.
So, is there
Nerd
anything else
powers
y'all
activate.
talk about? Huh?
I said nerd powers activate.
Good powers activate.
Brickbuster power.
Yeah, my character literally has a passion for researching things and Fukurakujin's blessing, which makes me do it faster. So, yeah, this is all fun for me.
I just like learning.
So, you can also research anything else here while you're at it, if you like.
Yeah, well, I was about to ask you, since I
Wow.
can research things in half the time that it would take a normal person to, I would like to try to split my studies between the criminal scrolls and also the areas of interest that I wanted to research to
Of
begin with.
course, that's easily done.
Yes. If we have the time and resources, I would love to hear about poisons. I find them fascinating.
Poisons, you say?
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Oh, that's a
Does
shame.
he smile when he says that? Well, I can't see that because he has a mask on, but still.
That,
I
it
imagine
depends
his
on
eyes
what
just-
part of his face
His
the mask
mask-
covers.
His mask isn't really covering. It's just covering his eyes. He's got a...
Like Robin.
yeah.
Is a domino mask going on?
This is a picture of the guy.
Oh, he's a lot younger than I expected.
Yeah, it's like a strip of cloth with eye cutouts.
It's what I used to look like before I.
He's a
What
Ninja
you
Turtle.
used to look like before you turned white.
Before I just stopped caring about hiding my eye.
Sunglasses were all the rage. Why are sunglasses?
Sunglasses. I
They were
wear
Gaijin
my
thing.
sunglasses at night.
Yeah,
Why
I've
would
seen them
you-
before.
Why would
Thought
you
I'd
want
hear
to...
once more.
Yes, why would you want to research such a macabre subject as poisons?
Maybe applicable
Oh.
to a test? I don't know.
We
Applicable to
actually
a
learned
test?
about them recently with our training.
Yes, it was actually mentioned in our weapons training today that there are many poisons that we should know about, and we should never use them, but we should know of their applications.
You know what? That is perfectly fine. That is that is good knowledge to have. So, what are y'all researching? Y'all are researching the poisons. You can get some poison knowledge. Certainly, you can research the criminal cases. Yes, definitely. And Tarek wants to research something specifically, which he'll have to make a roll for, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Let me check.
Anyway, I could research poisons first, and then if I have enough time, maybe research some other criminal
Tarek,
cases.
you can make a government or skullduggery check on this.
Kadoki.
Can I assist?
No, he has the time. You do not.
Because he gets extra
there-
time.
Yeah, I can do it faster than most people. Is there a particular approach that I have to use, or is there one that I can?
You tell me.
Government or skullduggery? What do you want to do?
I'd like to use theorization and fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's fire. That's what I think
Yeah,
too.
that would be a reasonable kind
I'm going
of
to spend
thing.
another void on this,
Okay.
which is my last void, but it seems worth it. Bloop, whoop, bloop. There you go.
Roll.
And go.
Hooray!
Okay, I'm
2
going to re-roll because
successes.
I have Fukurokujin's blessing. Those 2 blank die
Oh, nice.
because I'm a smart boy.
Who eats lots of bok choy?
My nerd
You have a
powers are
blessing that,
activated.
like, really works for something.
Works for researching things. Oh wait, I rolled.
Oh,
I don't know why it gave me that
Ooh.
extra ring skill die, but ignore that last one. So re-roll the ring die again. Because I'm keeping that explosive one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'll keep the 3 with successes. I'll take 2 strife, and I'll have a total of 4 successes.
Okay, you got it.
But I'll actually lose 3 strife because I'm researching things. Yay!
Which you love, so no
I love
strife.
doing this. This is fun times for me.
So all of these things that you're the notes and
Oh my gosh,
the monks and all of
Bugs!
this lead you to a group in the library that is called the Kolat.
Gee.
Like the Empire, the Kolat arose when the Kami fell to Rokugan. Yet while others bowed to the might of the heavens, the discontent group now known as the Kolat chafe at being ruled by those descended from gods. The ultimate goal of these groups is nothing less than to overthrow the Hantai dynasty and allow humankind to rule itself. To this end, they have established a network of spies, saboteurs, and deadly assassins across the Emerald Empire, and perhaps even beyond. Among the Kolat's most terrible weapons are sleeper agents, who operate under an assumed identity for years, even decades, collecting information and awaiting the call to more severe deeds. For those successful deeds, especially assassination, or for their successful deeds, especially assassination and corruption of prominent imperial officials, to become exposed would surely weaken the Empire and cause great harm to Rokugan.
Ooh. Exactly what Satsume had been warning about in his writing. I will take extensive notes about what I researched.
All right.
And note the scrolls where I got them from. And I look visibly more distressed as the night goes on, even though I feel good. I'm just like,
I'll bring you a cup of tea since you look so stressed.
Bayushi Ago will ask if anybody has noticed anything strange around the castle lately.
Well, we did go by the Grainery, and The man who keeps the chickens there said that there were a few dead with no apparent cause. He was
He actually helped us
excited when we came by.
See, he actually mentioned that there might have been poison used against the hens, that they might have died because of poison.
He goes, chickens?
Yes.
I guess that's strange. I was talking about the people around here, especially in the higher ups.
Oh, well, we haven't had all that much contact with the higher ups yet.
Oh, well. Huh.
Have you seen anything strange?
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I find it strange that Doji Hataru isn't in mourning.
Well, everyone mourns differently, correct?
Well, actually, in this society,
Yeah, everything is a
Most
ritual.
most people do it out of tradition and to honor the respects and expectations of
It
others.
should be very visible.
Gotcha.
Not emotional, but visible.
Yes.
Okay.
If Doji Hataru was an obedient child, a proper child, a loyal child, she would be in mourning.
Well, what is she doing?
Perhaps
she's
the weight
not
of
mourning.
her duties as a champion weigh on her and take her away from such.
Please. Every champion has subordinates that can take over for them if tragedy strikes. We all have a loyalty, and we have loyalties to our clans, certainly, but we have loyalties to our family as well, and those are just as important now, aren't they?
Yes.
Of course.
Very true.
You know, I bet it has to do with all the internal strife in their little family. You know, Hataru blamed her father for the death of her mother. You know that, right?
I heard rumors, but nothing substantiated.
I personally had not heard of this
Well-
in particular.
Now she has her wish, doesn't she? Satsumi is dead. And she seems none the worse for it now, doesn't she?
A fine point.
Listen to me blathering on, starting rumors. I shouldn't even be talking about this. Forgive me, Samurai Sans. I run too much at the mouth.
Do not worry about it.
As you said, we are the only ones here, and we will make sure your words do not spread.
I appreciate that. I wouldn't want anything to come back on me.
Of course not.
Before I say something even more improper, I think I should call it a day.
We will make sure that the library is left in good standing before we leave.
Good luck on your studies.
Thank you.
Arigato.
Konbanwa.
All right, you guys can finish up your studies and then discuss what you learned for the day before. Well, you still have dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, what did I learn
The
exactly?
dividends.
That there
learned
are
about-
many different famous cases, and they're all kind of different. And yeah,
All right.
So
no
basically, we
You
learned
feel
all the
about
general
how to
stuff we need to know for tomorrow's lesson.
exactly.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about the general stuff we learned.
I go. Kiba-san, can you help me replace these scrolls that I've found?
Of course.
We must make sure that they don't seem like they have been roused.
Fair enough.
Worried that this conspiracy and what we are on the trail of might be much broader than we might have expected.
True, and for some strange reason, I have this feeling in the back of my mind that they are all somehow aware of it, despite the fact of what Sumiko-san sama has told us, because everything still feels like they know more than they're letting on.
Treachery often necessitates more action from those around the treachery.
Yeah.
Well, since you weren't specifically involved in the research on the poisons, I will let you know what I have found.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Show you my notes.
Quick analysis.
I've been writing on my hands.
Yeah.
It's a roll for
But
perception.
they're sweaty, so the ink's kind of...
So it's kind of
blotchy.
smeared and not exactly the best writing.
We'll get
They're
you.
just like little drawings of people with like knife wounds in them. X's on their eyes.
You got terrible handwriting. You just get a little piece of paper. You get a
Terrible handwriting means I'm terrible at writing on hands, specifically.
You just get a
Take your
little.
But
hands
if I
down.
write on paper, it's all good.
You just get a little piece of straw. You dip it in the ink. You go.
Okay.
So y'all head out to dinner.
Yes.
The dinner.
Yes. But I
Food.
seem a little bit more withdrawn when we go to dinner. Not as jovial as last night when I was all
Well.
fun and talking to everybody.
Dinner tonight is a more raucous affair, as Sumiko is dining alone in her state this night. And she's catching up on work. So the sake never seems to stop, and the noise surely reaches as far off as Oto Sanuchi.
I take
it's more raucous than the
advantage
night
and
before.
I party
Is the Akodo there
hardy.
Huh?
Is the Akodo there again?
Yes.
Or Hige?
Oh, no. The Akodo man?
Yeah.
No, he's not here tonight.
Interesting. Okay. Again, for whatever reason, my character is not partaking in the jovialities of the evening, of all the fun and games. He probably sits away from most of the entertainment.
As you come up to get the sake, one of the guys stands up in front of you and says, "Newbies don't get sake."
He says to what, Ikomakage?
To you.
Oh, to me.
As you go to get sake, he gets in front of you to stop you from getting it and says, "Newcomers don't get sake."
Says who?
Oh, this guy right here. You gonna do something about it?
Oh, I don't know. What do I have to do about it?
Wrestle.
Some of the other guys are like, "Fight! Fight!"
Test your might.
Oh, is this the usual? We have to fight each other?
Or sake.
Do you want some sake? You know, we can go out to the yard, and I can give you a lesson if you like.
We can't do it here in front of the audience?
Oh, I'm sure we'll have an audience. But it's unseemly to fight in the dining hall.
Oh.
You know, I wouldn't expect a newbie like you to know this, but things are done a certain way here.
But this is where we eat.
I suppose you are correct. Let's take it outside.
Yeah! Everybody cheers. Ah!
Oh Lord.
Woo! Yeah!
This seems like an opportunity.
It does.
So does everybody follow her out to the yard?
I'm thinking about still taking a look at, like, you know, the granary by the chicken coop. But it seems like this.
I was gonna say that was what I was. My
It's
character was gonna
dinner
do, was
time.
sneak off.
You don't want to eat? Slash
Well, I mean,
drink?
I'm pretty sure we like stuff our faces with whatever we need. Knowing you, Nozomi, you can definitely handle this.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe we leave the Shiba
I'm
behind
not
and let
exactly like high ranked
gonna-
on my school skills or anything.
And Tagashi might be helpful in the brawl. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But it's
So,
it'd be honorable for a one-on-one as opposed
I mean, don't you guys at least want to go out and watch?
Alright, where is the training yard?
to. Yeah.
Training
There's a training
yard.
dojo, like an
Oh,
actual
there it
dojo.
is.
I'll only jump in if there's trouble.
So,
Honestly,
here is the training yard.
okay.
So Hidenozomi's going. Who else is going to the training yard?
Not I.
All right, so I'll ask Kage-san. Hey, are you gonna be checking on the granary? Because just in case something gets a little too rowdy, I'll help Nozomi if she needs.
Perhaps you and Shiba-san should both go.
Hmm?
Shiba-san knows how to tend wounds, and you are able to fight with your hands.
All right,
Be a little use.
all right. Well, let us know if you find anything.
Hmm.
All right, so we'll go ahead and go to the training grounds and watch over Nozomi.
All right, all of you guys go to the training grounds. You're gonna sneak off to the granary.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak off to the granary.
All right. We'll go to the
Okay.
training ground first.
Like, I was thinking about it, but it's like,
Yeah, I was actually thinking about going to the granary because I was like,
You don't have to. I mean, do you want to go to the granary instead?
Yeah, I was thinking. I was just like, because watching a fight to me is like not all that big a
Oh,
deal. I've seen
I thought you would
before.
stay just because you could heal her if something actually did get out of hand.
Uh,
I don't know how
Like,
many.
don't
of
they
these
have
people
like
are
healers?
Oh,
there?
distraction! Sneak, sneak,
Shiva wants to
sneak,
go to the
sneak,
granary in the
sneak,
middle of the
sneak,
night.
sneak.
Why not?
Okay.
No.
I'm sure he can make a light for them to see by.
Maybe I can activate my key protection keyhole. See if that
magistrates-
will help out.
The magistrates all gather in the training yard, and one of them comes out and says, "Oh, it's time for the special lessons," and he has a bundle of bokens.
Not hand to hand. This might have actually been fun for me. Get some aggression out.
And he gives everyone a boken.
I'm
Everyone.
glad I left.
Oh, so is it me against all of them?
One at a time.
Everybody who's fighting.
Just think of the Oni. Just think of the Oni. The big ogre.
Smash him up good. Smash him up good.
I'll can I take this as an opportunity to activate my keyhole, or not quite yet?
With a boken?
Dude.
Like a key protection.
Like, it depends what keyhole are you using. If you're using the backlash keyhole, that's messed up in the middle of this.
No, key protection.
Okay.
Key protection.
Key protection, you can go ahead and activate that one. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Just to heal yourself as you.
I don't know
Or,
what that is, but it sounds
All right. As a movement,
not
answer,
violent.
you may take a TN1 meditation water check. You may choose one character at the range of 0 to 1 as the target for the burst effect. If you succeed, this keyhole activates. While this keyhole is active, when you perform the calming breath action, you may remove 2 fatigue instead of 1. While this keyhole is active, after you perform an action, you may spend 1 void point to remove fatigue equal to your ranks in medicine from one other character at range 0 to 1. And if you have 2 or more bonus successes, your target removes fatigue equal to your ranks in medicine plus your bonus successes.
Sounds good.
Each target cannot be affected.
Make
Again,
your meditation check.
All right. So, let me go ahead and get to the
Wait, you didn't write it down underneath your Kehoe?
Oh, okay. Yes, it's actually there. Hello.
Yeah, it's right there, and then the bottom of your
All
Kehoe.
right.
So much easier, right?
Uh huh.
Well,
hey,
that-
you got a bonus.
Yep, I got a bonus. So let me go ahead and roll that bonus.
It's at the top of every page, by
Beautiful
the way.
bean footage.
All right. So keep up to 2,
Oh, no
minimum
reason
1. Well,
not
I'm
to
already
keep
keeping
that
the
one.
explosive success along with the success.
And
So-
then the opportunity?
And yeah, the opportunity. Let's take a look at what the opportunity affords me in this situation of conflict. Water. Remove 1 fatigue, and I already have 2 fatigues, so all right.
Okay, if you succeed, the Kehoe activates. While the Kehoe is activated, let me go back there real quick.
All right. Oh,
Just
oh
allows
sorry.
you to be-
Sorry.
Yeah, I was
just
reading
allows
your
you to
character
be-
sheet. When you perform Calming Breath, you remove 2 fatigue instead of 1. You do not make burst effect. You only have 1 success. Or you only have 2 successes, so you don't have 2
successes.
But I
opportunity.
also have
Oh, yeah, he does.
an opportunity that I can spend to remove 1 fatigue since I'm in water stance.
more. Yes. But you shouldn't have fatigue on you. You should be totally fine right now.
Oh wait, this is
Well, remember the fatigue I got from from
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah, from getting hit. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you have your school technique too, but your school technique only applies to 1 Kehoe, and it's not this one.
Yeah, my the one that applies to is the body is an anvil, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna burn up like people for a drunken brawl.
Burn!
Fire!
burn!
Now who gets the sake?
Burn,
Okay,
baby, burn.
Guys, while making an attack action, everybody can use the ability in this fight. This is how it's done. While making an
This is
attack
how it's
action,
done.
you may spend a opportunity to employ a specially impressive technique. If you do, and the check is successful, the target suffers strike instead of damage. Should this make an opponent unmasked, the attacker gains 4 glory.
Oh, I would have loved this whole thing. God damn it!
Yeah.
This would have been perfect.
So
So much
you can make them suffer
Where did you read that information?
strife instead
It
of
is.
damage.
It's part of the adventure.
Ah, okay.
It's a special rule for this scene alone.
Oh.
God damn it!
Look, man, I don't.
The things I do for
don't
the
look
party.
into-
just generally looking for
you're
the
having second
heading.
thoughts there,
This is where
Kage-san,
this is how it's
file.
done.
Yes, this is how it's done. While making an attack check, you may spend an opportunity to employ a specially impressive technique. If you do, and the check is successful, the target suffers strife instead of damage. If it makes an opponent unmasked, the attacker gains 4 glory.
Okay. So this is like WWF.
Yeah.
With bokens.
So we're gonna do a so it's basically you, Crystal, Hida and Nozomi versus this magistrate.
Yes.
So you're both gonna make a tactics check.
Okay. Tactics.
For initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Tactics is martial
I
skill.
was about to say that that was a really interesting roll.
It's a really bad one.
Yeah. Woof.
Yay! Hida Nozomi is a badass.
Again.
Of course she is.
So, Hida Nozomi's going first.
Yeah. So is this like a regular fight,
Yeah, it's like a
or
regular
are there
fight.
certain rules to
It's a
it?
skirmish.
Okay. Just basically treat it like I'm fighting anything.
Exactly.
I think I will use my club for this.
Okay. Togashi, did you also want to join the fight?
You know what? Why not?
Gain some
Okay,
glory,
you'll get
buddy.
an opponent as well then.
All right.
So make an initiative roll.
All right. And that will be tactics underwater stance.
So what's your initiative total, by the way, Crystal? Add your successes to your focus.
Yeah, I'm looking. 1, 2, 3.
For Tatsuo, it's just his focus. What's your focus, Tatsuo?
Oh, my focus. Let me take a look.
Initiative is tactics plus focus.
Oh, initiative is tactics. Blech. Sorry. Focus is 4.
Okay, you
I
go on
have
4.
a total of 7.
That's plus your that's your plus your focus, right? Okay, you are first.
Okay. So now I attack using my weapon of the club.
Don't you mean hammer? Do you have a club now?
I've always had a club.
Oh,
I have a club which is a smaller bludgeoning weapon. And then the Otsuchi, which is the warhammer, is a very large bludgeoning weapon.
sure.
He likes to smash.
Yes! Nozomi smash!
Well, remember, we're not looking to hurt, just impress.
Oh,
Well, they're-
Says who?
These are actually
You have to hurt in order to impress.
Mama Togashi
these
over
are
here.
boken that you're using.
Oh, we're
you mean
using
Shen
Boken.
Boken. They're
Okay,
handing out
okay.
boken.
Then I guess I am using a Boken. I don't know what the stats for a Boken are,
Don't
but
worry
they're
about this.
definitely like 0 deadliness.
Roll to hit.
You
Okay.
shatter the boken over someone's head.
Then I am just rolling martial arts melee earth stance.
Oof.
Again, he
3
smash.
successes.
You might want to take an opportunity instead of one of those successes because you only need 2 to hit, and you can get that.
Says who? I have no idea what my
The
success
TN to hit,
standard
the TN for a
is.
strike action is always 2.
Yeah, it's always 2. You need 2 successes to hit.
Oh, okay. Nah, I'll take the extra success.
Okay, so you take 3 successes? Mm-hmm. Alright, you do
Whatever a
Its damage is
Boken
3,
does
so
plus
4.
1.
yes, you do 4 points of damage to him. Hold on, let me get up. Where is it? Where is my little book? Where is my little book? I'll just grab a new one. A new little book. Alright. Got it.
You didn't finish wiping down your screen.
You were
Like-
wiping it for some reason.
It's super dusty. It looks terrible from this angle.
That's why you get microfiber
Wipe down your
towels.
left third of the screen.
This one? It's just collecting dust.
Uh-huh.
Don't matter none.
Yeah. There's still a stripe there. Okay, you pretty much got it.
I don't
yeah.
see it at all.
Much better.
So he is going to attack you back with his fire stance. Hidenozomi.
Defend. He got a explosive success
And
there.
he'll keep that explosive success.
Oh, another.
Okay.
That's a
He'll
max
keep-
of 3 successes.
He keeps 2, so he'll keep this one and this one, that one, and excuse me, and that one. So he will.
That can be up to 3 successes.
So he's going to do 3. Yes, he's
And
going to do 3,
an opportunity
4,
and strife.
5 successes because he's in fire stance.
Yes.
5 successes. So that will be 6 points of fatigue, but he is going to do an impressive technique that changes the damage from fatigue to strife.
So he's
Morty,
going
how many
to
times
give
have I told you,
me
Morty? Stop showing up to
strife damage.
live
That's right,
streams.
6
drunk.
points of strife damage.
Not good for you.
Okay.
As he humiliates you and your technique. And it is now time for... another guy is going to attack Tatsuo and is going to attempt the same thing. Uh-oh.
Jeez.
So he gets to keep 2. He's keeping 1. He'll keep those 2, and then he'll take the success with the opportunity. So that's 3 successes. 4 successes. So that's 4 successes. That's 5 points of damage. But he'll use the opportunity he has to also convert it into strife damage. So you'll take 5 strife.
Oof. Man. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And anything that my water stance can help with?
Nope.
Dang.
Next is your turn, Togashi Tatsuo.
Alright. So, okay, yeah, so. I will.
What stance are you on?
Oh yeah, I'm in water stance right now, so I can take 2 actions. So I know definitely one of them is a calming breath. That's for sure. So I will go ahead and stay in water stance and go ahead and strike back. Oh, I'm definitely keeping that success, explosive success. Hello.
Okay,
And my mind is going.
that's it.
2 successes and a
You attack,
strife.
doing 3 points of damage.
And I will also do perform a calming breath as well.
Okay, you can definitely do a calming breath because you are in water stance.
All right.
Top of the round, it's the Hita's turn.
Okay. Well, this guy's trying to show me up.
Yes.
I'm gonna switch over to fire stance and see what I can do.
Kick his butt.
Knee him in the groin. Get on the third
I
rope.
don't get to roll or keep as many dice, but if I get the initial 2, I might beat his butt.
He got his kneecap
There
like you
you
did that
go.
ogre.
Oh wow, that's a
Okay.
really good roll for you.
I have a ring die to re-roll. It's
Oh.
blank. Too bad. I only get to keep 2.
So I'm guessing the first die and the last die?
Yeah. The success with opportunity and the success with strife.
That's
Okay.
3 successes because you're on fire.
Yes, it is. Because I suppose 2 successes is
You'll take. Remember, you
A
take
hit.
the strife.
Yes, I take the strife,
What
but
would
that is an additional damage.
It is. That's 3. There'll be 4 points of damage total. Is there something you're going to do with that opportunity?
So, in this, what is it that happens? Like you...
It changes the fatigue damage to strife damage. That's what the...
Fatigue turns to strife.
That's correct.
If you have an opportunity to
If
spend.
you want to use the opportunity that way.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. That's turns into 4 points of strife.
Is 1, 2, 3. Yes. 3 strife damage.
Their turn. And he's going to press the attack back at you
Of course.
with his fire stance. My god, he's great. He's so good at this.
Oh no!
He's going to win.
Maybe not. He has to do regular.
3 successes, 2 strife.
Okay. So what he's going to do is he's going to keep his... No, he has to keep both of them because he re-rolls both of them. Okay, so that's 1, 2...
3 successes, 2 strife. And that's all.
Yep.
Heyo.
So that is...
How much damage to me?
6 points of damage, fatigue. Your armor can reduce that.
Okie dokie. 2 fatigue.
And one guy is going after the Tagashi.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Ugh,
Ew.
I'm
He
gonna
really
lose
doesn't
this
like the
one.
Tagashi.
Oh god, that's such a
Yeah.
good roll. Ugh.
He does not like the Tagashi. at all.
Okay. There's 2 successes, 3 successes. So
That's
that's
a really good roll.
4 points of damage, which he's going to change into strife damage. So, yeah. That's 5 points of strife damage. And then with the other opportunity... oh no, it's 6. It's, that hits...
Keep up to
1, 2, 3,
2.
6 points of strife damage. And then, with his last opportunity, his first opportunity changes it to strife damage, and his next opportunity, he's going to use the ability, Sit Down, Child. While making an attack action check, the magistrate may spend an opportunity to knock their target down. You suffer 1 strife and the prone condition. So you
So he
take
does 7
7
points of strife in one
strife
hit.
and you're prone.
Why do I feel like the Tagashi's about to take off running?
So,
Yeah, like I'm already gonna unmask. Like I am like 3 points above.
He's like, ah!
Yep,
man,
it's
that's-
time.
Of all magistrates. Oh man.
Just takes off running.
so you're keeping the 2 explosive successes from the original roll.
Yes.
Plus, of course, the new one. So
Having
that's
fun there,
3
Tara.
successes.
And the strife turns into success.
Plus 1, 2...
And the 2 opportunity.
That's 3, 4, 5.
So, Tagashi-san, it's your turn. You must roll
5 successes and an
Do something
opportunity.
to save face,
Well,
man.
2.
I wish I could save face, but
6 successes and 2 opportunity.
I am unfortunately
2, 3,
like
4.
at this point unmasked.
5. 5 successes.
So let me.
Yeah, it is
let
5
me
successes, Corey.
3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Distinctions,
5
adversities.
Oh,
there
Plus
you
a
are.
double opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Doesn't matter. He's going to mask anyways.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to find where my unmasking. Oh, okay. To retreat.
Yeah, it's 6
Okay.
damage. Because 2 of the successes is a hit. Right? And then 3, the other 3 goes into damage, which is a 3-point weapon. So,
Go get comforted by Momo, dude.
yes.
Hug Momo.
Run
Yeah.
to Momo.
Run to
Yes.
Momo.
Everyone needs a puppers in that time of need.
I wish we could have a pet. I really do.
So what do you do, man? Roleplay.
Well.
Be your character.
Due to all the anxiety of like just joining in the fight, I'm like, crap! What the hell did I get myself into? I am out of here, and I'm going to go off, find myself a teapot, and water some more plants with tea.
Are you
That's his go-to.
Okay.
Your thing.
And
Lose
then grab Momo like a little football. It's like, okay, we're gonna be watering some plants. Don't
lose
mind
2
me.
glory. Lose 2 glory from losing the
From
battle.
running away.
For running away.
Yeah.
Abscond.
Why did I choose this unmasking?
It is Hida Nozomi's turn.
Okay.
Fire stance again. Finish him?
Yes.
Like,
I will continue to stay in fire stance.
wait, I'm reading this in the chat. Finish him with 2 N's, which means, like, turn him into a Finnish person?
Oh, finish him.
Finish him.
Yes.
Does that mean you gotta throw fish at him?
That might happen. It's possible.
Hit him so hard he
everyone-
turns Scandinavian.
Hit him so hard that he endorses universal health care.
It
And makes
is
college
possible to choose your nationality as long as the country you're trying to get into is willing to accept you.
Well, you're gonna hit him
So-
so hard he ends up there. So just roll your dice.
Yes. Hopefully, if he wishes it, I can finish him.
Do it.
I will stay in fire stance.
Aren't these magistrates and their awesome freaking die stats?
All right, that is 3 points of damage.
Well, she's still got another.
I do have an explosive.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yes.
that could be an opportunity.
Yes.
Would you like 3 points?
2
of
plus an
strife?
opportunity, 3 points of strife.
All right. Guess what happens?
The guy goes, "Dude, stop!"
He goes, Borg, Borg.
Yes.
He becomes finished.
He's
Well, isn't that
he
Swedish?
says- he goes.
Whatever.
You're cheating! He throws down his boken. You're a cheater! And the other guys are like, no, man, she's okay. She's all right. Gain 4 points of glory.
Woo!
Beat us out for the win!
Yeah!
Everybody else there seems to appreciate that you have earned that sword that you carry at your hip. I don't think anybody else wants to challenge you. Yeah, that's the runner-up of the Topaz Champion. What were you thinking, you idiot?
Idiots!
Going over, we're gonna now change our focus
Perspective.
and move over to the Grainery.
To the nerds.
To the nerds.
Nerd team, go!
Who missed out on glory?
Switching over to the grain nerds.
The grain nerdy.
Grain nerds.
Hey, we both only have one eye, so we're using putting our heads together and trying to figure out a way to.
We actually have.
The two of you are putting your heads together.
Oh, love it.
Like literally.
We
Exactly.
now have 20/20 vision.
Tell me how far that thing is away. I don't know. That's not how depth perception works.
Whoa, double Cyclops.
Okay, you are in.
You can go like this.
Like, just get
No,
used to
it
this
really
stuff.
does help. Like, if you don't have depth perception, you can, like, move your head around, and it'll help you know where things are.
I don't know. My brother has diabetic retinopathy, so maybe I should ask him how this works.
The dark, cool recesses contain. Okay, There are 2 granary and storage.
I've worn an eye patch.
One located beneath the dining hall and the other below the holding cells. Both have several entrances and hold enormous quantities of food and provisions for everyday use in case of a siege. Their dark, cool recesses contain thousands of wood and straw barrels, stoneware parts and jars, ceramic bottles, and sacks filled with rice, wheat, pickled and fermented vegetables, salted and dried fish and squid, cooking oil, wines, animal feed, and more.
Moar.
More. Okay. To the feed?
I'm gonna look for any evidence, or like start searching the area for any evidence of tampering or recent activity.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
I guess assist.
What role would be appropriate here?
The roles that were talked about earlier?
Labor
or skullduggery? Those are your roles. Which one would you like to use?
I'm coming at it from a more skullduggered point of view.
Okay.
Dug the skull.
Skullduggery.
It's going to be water. Skullduggery water.
Okie dokie. And you said you're helping?
I don't have the technique, so I don't think I can.
You can. You just only contribute a ring die rather than a skill die.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Unless you want to come at it from a different perspective.
Unless you want to use labor instead.
Yeah,
make
if you
a
want to
separate roll.
investigate.
I don't even have labor, but yeah, I can do that too.
It's going to be labor air.
Labor air. So I'd be rolling too?
Yeah,
Or-
separately.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do labor air.
Okay, you might want to spend a void point. I don't have any void left.
I have no void points.
Well, you should have at least one because we slept. Unless you
I
spend.
know, but I remember I used it when I was in my training.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay, I'm sorry.
Everybody's used up their void.
Yeah, I don't have any void left for the day. Okie dokie. Here's my attempt. Which isn't bad. That's 2 successes and one opportunity.
All right, Shiba Noe.
And 2 strife, which I will record on my sheet.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dark.
Explosive.
Sure. So I re-roll.
Yes. You
Since
roll.
I keep-
You roll another die. Add it to your pool.
You fool.
Oh,
There you
there
go.
you go.
So, Akomakage, you notice there's a feed bag. There are some dark green stains on the bag.
Dark green stains.
Yes. Shiba Noe, you notice the floor below one of the barrels has scratch marks, as if the barrel was moved frequently.
Okay, that doesn't seem too uncommon for me, especially since this.
Yeah, but you made a labor roll knowing that the way this barrel has been pulled isn't the way that it would go in and out usually.
Oh, okay. So like someone has no idea.
This
what
is
to
a
do with
suspicious barrel that has been
Oh.
moved.
it. Okay.
You have found the barrel of suspicion.
Technically, yes. Okay.
This feed bag, is it open?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to. I'll pull out a thin blade and try to slice the areas around the green stains so that I can remove that part of cloth and keep that as
All right, that sounds like a good idea. You have some stained portions of the feed cloth. What about you, Shiba Noe? What are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm not exactly sure how to approach this and say, okay, I found scratch marks at the bottom of a barrel.
maybe
Moved.
identify what's around the barrel.
Probably. Check the area.
All right, you notice that the barrel is on top of something.
Okay.
You can't get a look at it because the barrel's on top of it.
Interesting. Okay. Could you give me a hand here, Kage-san? Or Ikoma-san? Bleh.
Sure.
All right, both of you move the barrel, I assume.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
underneath it, there's a trap door.
Plot thickens.
Intriguing. I'm unsure whether or not we should try to gather the others before we proceed down. There could be anything under here, including conspirators.
True.
Let's just no playing. Let's just run in. We'll be fine.
Sure.
Then you
gotta
have-
keep-
It's not like having bad eyesight in the dark is a bad thing.
Of course, you just use your instinct.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll look at the Shiba. What do you think we should do? Maybe untoward, but we might be able to get away with sleeping in late if we want to grab Higa and Nozomi and Tagashi-san to assist.
Yeah,
I'm
do
up
you
for
think-
anything to forget about my loss.
Ooh, you know, we could. I don't know if we can use the Momo as a means to track down the scent that you have on you. Although he's not trained.
I'm concerned this might actually be poison. I would not want to injure the dog. Let us go and search for Nozomi and Tatsuo. Perhaps we can enlist their help.
Probably. I feel like that we discovered some stuff, but we didn't get far. So, yeah. I
We
think
discovered some stuff, but I'm worried that if we keep going, we might end up in something way above our heads.
that's true. And we don't want to be caught.
Oh yeah, and since I did a personal unmasking, do I get a void point?
Yes, you do.
All right.
You've been reset.
Yes.
You've also had
Yes. If you
You smell a
freak
dog.
out, you get a void point.
And you lose all your strife.
Yep.
Okay, let's put the barrel back in place and let's quietly go and try to intercept Tatsuo.
Okay, as you are leaving, you make your way back to the castle to find your friends. Komakage, you notice somebody is following you.
I will tell the Shiba quietly, split up, go and find Tatsuo and Hida Nozomi and meet me in the gardens.
Very well.
And then I will start heading toward the gardens.
Okay. So I head back to the. I assumed that they finished their dinner and then they went home after whatever happened. So I just went right back to the quarters.
Okay. I guess everybody else meets back at the quarters after you're done with your fight.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
Sulking for feeling
Since
like
we
an
all
idiot.
split up.
So you find them there.
No, more like.
Oh.
Why did I do this?
Tagashi-san?
Hello,
Huh?
Inoue-san. What's going
Oh,
on?
We need to meet up at the Verdant gardens. We've discovered some things, but we can't say much here.
Okay. Let's go.
All right.
Where the hell's Kage? I don't know. Cut to scene of me getting strung up by my legs over the side of the couch. This was I immediately regret my decision.
You've
Okay,
been followed
everybody-
and then been strung up.
Makes their way to the garden.
I mean, if you
the
like,
Garden of
on
Tranquility.
the way you can tell us what's going on.
The Garden of Verdant Serenity is what it is.
By the way, Corey, did
Yes.
anybody keep following me to the gardens?
Oh yeah.
So I cover up my mouth and say we've been followed. So I
Oh,
would
you don't
rather-
know. He did. Kage
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
anything.
anything. I just suggested we split up.
Yeah, all he said was they
Oh,
suggest you
that's
split
all
up.
he told me.
Like,
No one. He didn't
I
say
mean,
anything about
I'm
that.
pretty sure you're astute enough to
You know what?
sort
I-
of figure it.
I should use the whisper technique on the chat more to when I give out this information. But
Yeah.
Ah.
That'd probably be best. So what? And we're gonna now start to use it like I whisper to said person. That would actually work a lot better.
Yeah, yeah. So if you /whisper in the chat or /whisper, you can send secret messages to other people that no one can see other than you two people. So yeah, you all meet back up in the You can't say anything about being followed because you didn't know.
Okay, so it's just like
But Kage, yes, you know that person's following you.
Do I see them follow me into the garden?
Yes.
Okay, I turn around before anybody else comes and joins me, and I will move to confront the individual.
Okay. You see, Kitsuki Kagi. Oh, hello, Akoma-san. I see you're enjoying the night air.
I seek some respite, as today has been quite a trying day. This training has been quite.
I see you didn't follow your friends out into the trading yard where they had a little fight. You ran off to the Grainery. That was odd.
Perhaps I simply sought to
Does
learn
that,
more.
does that have anything to do with that little meeting you had with Sumiko?
My meeting with Sumiko. You mean when we first arrived?
Oh yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure should Sumiko wish to have informed you of anything, she would have told you.
Oh,
You are in her service.
of course, you're right. Quite right. But one can never be too careful around here, can you?
Perhaps
One
not,
might.
though we are in a castle filled with magistrates. I feel this is possibly one of the more safe places we could be.
Did everybody see that, or just?
Yep.
Yep. You didn't whisper right.
Oh, okay.
It's front slash.
It's still appreciated.
I copied what he wrote earlier,
Shouldn't be front
trying to
slash.
see if it worked. Because I don't know how any of this works.
It's front slash W. Yep, that's what it is.
/W. Okay.
Front slash W, and then you can start typing. So I can start typing HI for Hida, and then a drop down menu appears, and I write Hida, and I can write. And look at that. I have now successfully whispered to you. You have to do front slash whisper. No, that's not going
that's
to
how it
work.
works. Got it.
It worked. I'm not gonna say who I sent it to, but it worked.
You know, everybody on the chat can see that.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
my chat goes out to the web.
They know my horrible secrets.
Secrets revealed.
I didn't even mean to hit that, actually.
Wow.
Whatever.
So,
I don't care.
so
Let's just continue.
going back to the role play. Going back to the role play. He says, I am her assistant, and I need to know the comings and goings of all the people around here. There are accidents that have been happening. You know, people dying at the bottom of stairs and all that nonsense.
Of course, there are so many strange things that have been occurring in the city.
So,
the castle.
what is it about the Grainery that was so important?
Well, unfortunately, I was unable to find things that were interesting as of yet.
What brought you
Could there
there in the
be
first place?
Are we all together?
You guys start walking down into the garden. You see Komakage talking to talking to what's his name? Oh my god.
Kaji?
Kagi, yeah. Kitsuki Kagi. Yes, that's correct.
So, the guy we saw in the library?
No, the guy you first met when you first came here. He's
the
Sumiko's assistant.
Yeah.
Chief
Oh,
Yoriki of the
right.
palace.
So we arrived?
Yes.
Well, you're walking up to see me and him talking.
Are you okay, darling?
Yeah. It was just a burp.
Drunk show, everybody. Drunk show. It's
Crystal, we do have the option to mute our own microphones, right?
Kitsuki-san.
Okay.
I am sure that there are many comings and goings throughout the castle. Are you aware of all of them?
I try to keep myself as much abridged as possible. When I saw you wandering off by yourself, I figured, that's odd. And like a good magistrate does, you investigate.
Hi. Well, if you must know, the other day, upon our arrival, we spoke to the man who took seeds to the hens. He informed us that his chickens had died, and he had requested service from the Emerald Magistrates in investigating their deaths. When none came, he sought our assistance in turn. As his chickens died, and he most likely gathers feed from the Grainery, I sought to investigate.
Right. And who told you to go investigate this?
Investigate the Grainery?
The chickens, anything, all of it, yes.
Well, nobody
Well-
told us to go investigate this in particular.
Nozomi, you're not there yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
y'all
we just
are-
arrived.
Yeah, you just arrived.
As I,
Precisely. We were on our first day, as you'd well know, we were touring the grounds. And during our tour, we happened across the hen house. The man there was quite energized about his missing chickens and sought our assistance.
we
I
help
felt it was a
everybody.
great- I felt it was a great test for our investigative skills.
Well, I would advise against acting suspiciously in the future. You never know. Someone here might get the wrong idea.
Only if someone puts it up to it that it looks suspicious. If we've been given a tour and we've been asked to help, then we would oblige. We're supposed to help everyone in the Empire. Am I not right? Or should I say, am I not
We
wrong?
have protocols here. We have, there's a time and place. Yes. We have orders.
Perhaps we
carry
have
them
been
out.
too idealistic in our endeavors. Kitsuki-san.
We just thought that
Forgive
maybe doing
Forgive us for our exuberance.
We just thought about
course.
doing something
Sure.
charitable during our training.
We'll enjoy the night air. Really. Should be nice. I'll be about.
As I am sure you will.
And he'll give you a bow and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Bring out the fan over my mouth. It's like, I wait for them to leave. I'm like, what was that about?
I wait to watch him walk away from the garden, and then I'll look at you and go, he was following us. He knew we were in the granary.
Okay. Well, now I have my suspicions about that.
As I said before, treachery requires very many people to take very many risks.
Indeed.
You've said this before?
I mentioned it while we were in the library.
Well, are y'all gonna sit around the garden? The garden.
Just keep
Yeah.
aware that my courtier is nearby. They're always nearby.
Oh, the Sheba?
Yeah.
Your representative, yeah.
He's not here. It's the night. It's after dinner. Everybody goes back to their rooms.
Okay.
Yeah. This is not the time. You have the afternoon to go investigate stuff. That's
Okay.
when you're supposed to, and you had to use that up today in the library, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like after dinner, everybody goes back, and that's why it's kind of suspicious to have you out doing stuff during the dinner hour and afterwards.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, normally we would just like go back to our sleepy things. Like,
Your sleepy thing, yes.
yeah, I mean,
Your room.
technically,
That's where you usually discuss things at night. That's headquarters for you guys.
Yeah, but we have very little days left to take care of this as well as
One day.
our training.
So I will, while we're here quietly in the garden, I will mention to Tatsuo and Hiranozomi that we went to go investigate the granary while everybody's attention was on most people's attention was on the conflict outside. And we found some suspicious activity in the granary. But we also drew the attention of some individuals that was less than warranted. So perhaps we should continue our investigations tomorrow.
Mm.
okay.
All right. Well, we made some headway at least. Well, with the trapdoor and we need to investigate what is that stain.
Perhaps we can find out more. Perhaps we can find out more tomorrow, but we don't want to draw any further attention onto ourselves as it is.
Very true.
Okay. Everybody heads back to the room.
Yeah.
You have discussed the plans for tomorrow. So I assume
Yes.
everything is all right for the night?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's the end of the game for the day.
All right.
Bum, bum,
Alright.
bum.
9:30.
Everybody gets a couple XP. That's a 2 if you're nasty.
Keeping it along at home.
And I think that's it for the day. Everybody gets 2 XP. If y'all want to give people a couple thoughts on what you think this investigation is, or who.
Any or honor, glory, or status changes?
No, not today. I don't think. What do you think happened? So
I'm
far.
kind of what. Okay, so what do you mean by what do you think happened?
I'm asking,
mean,
what is your
overall?
theory on this investigation so far?
It's kind of hard to say, really. But
Looking-
go on if you like.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's really kind of hard to say right now, but it's possible that the Emerald Champion may have basically defected and said, "Hey, I'm done and I want to be I want to stop being reincarnated." Something along those lines.
Okay. Kage? Or, I'm sorry, Tarek? What are some of your thoughts?
So I have a lot of thoughts. I've been writing down all the different pieces of evidence we've come across, and what that suggests to me is that I think Satsume was investigating very specific things rather than what perhaps many others within his family and maybe even within the Emerald Magistrates felt was important. He seems to have a lot of enemies who might coordinate with each other to bring him down, and I feel like perhaps a group of individuals have conspired to kill him using poison to get him away from the areas of study that he was pursuing, or the areas of investigation he was pursuing.
So no one group. It was the Legion of Doom. It was Scarecrow and
think-
Lex Luthor and
I think it probably ties back to a specific individual, but was carried out by other people in their name, right? So it's weird to me that the Kolat are involved, that may be involved. This sect of monks seems to be very, very suspicious and may have something to do with it, maybe even in carrying out the actions. And I feel like there are people involved inside the castle who may have been aware that this plot was going on, but did not directly enact the plot.
Josh, what do you think?
There's a lot of stuff that I'm still trying to take in, but so far, to try to make a hazarded guess, as you were talking about the Kolat, and you were also talking about the perfect Lansec, and there's also the factor of this famine that's going on within the Crane lands, which might also be affecting the grain, which also might be an easy way to out a lot of the suspicion of poison. So they could just say, oh, it's just bad grain, and just kind of leave it off to the wayside. And I thought it very suspicious that we were being followed by the Emerald Champions,
Like deputy.
yeah, essentially, and how they were specifically. It's like they know more than they're letting on, and they're trying to prevent the knowledge from being known, which makes me also think that there's a lot of knowledge being thrown back and forth about Doji Hotaru.
Yeah, I feel like
and-
Doji Hotaru is actually a red herring. That
It might
they're
possibly
trying to
be.
make her into a fall person. Like
Yes, or she might have a legitimate reason. And there's many ways, but in order to actually keep the family out of it, because for all we know, it was her initial thing, and I don't know what the relationship between Kagi and Hotaru, how close are they? Because if she's feeling angry towards her father, they might do something for their sake out of protection of her. I have no idea. This is all hearsay. So like I said, there's a lot of strings that need to be brought together here. We still haven't even checked that trap door. And so there's a lot of missing information that.
Corey, can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Should we have continued on to check the trap door, or should we have paused?
The adventure puts the investigation of the granary on the fourth day, so y'all are right on track. Y'all are fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I was worried that we were gonna like screw ourselves by going and checking it out and then not pursuing it immediately.
No.
Just wanted to make sure.
Matt, what do you think about this entire situation?
Pretty much what everyone else was like, thinking about right on the money. But like most of the stuff, like for me, like as far as I can see, is like I can only see the surface level stuff. Like I'm not necessarily reading too deeply into it, and it's like I'm pretty sure there's more information that I need to know before I can make educated guesses.
Okay. Well, thanks for
if
all
you were
that
gonna
insight.
say like who specifically is behind this, if you were gonna force my hand to say, I would probably say that it's neither Satsume, or sorry, not Satsume, Hotaru, and I probably would say that it doesn't even have anything to do with Kaji. I feel like Kaji was more suspicious of what we were doing, and I don't know for certain that he's actually involved or not.
Well, how about guys in the comments, if you're watching this, write in your own theory on what's going on. Don't
Give us your conspiracy theory.
give us your conspiracy theory. And I thank everybody for theirs. And this is it for the night. We're gonna see you next week, or not. I don't know. We're figuring this out. And everybody have a great night. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.